Hello, my name is Matthew and welcome to our class today. We're going to have another fun and exciting opportunity to learn about science. So thank you all for being here, and I really hope you enjoy our class today. So the title of our lesson today is going to be Convection Currents. So everyone knows that hot air rises, and this experiment demonstrates that idea as well as the principle of convection currents. So we're going to be doing an experiment today that will require some tea bags. So I'm going to use a few tea bags. We will need a lighter and of course our safety glasses. It's always good when we're doing an experiment to be safe, to think of safety first. It's better to be safe than sorry. So what's going to happen is we're actually going to take our lighter, we will light a tea bag, and what's going to happen is hot air is going to be created, as well as a thermal or convection current underneath the tea bag. So as the tea bag starts to burn down into a small enough ball of ash, a convection current is going to take place, and it's going to cause those ashes to shoot up in the air. They'll happen quickly, and hopefully they'll happen at the end as well. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to give you the title of our lesson. I have our whiteboard here. Just going to write that down for you guys so you can see it. That is the title of our lesson today, Convection Currents. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to learn what a convection current is, how we can see convection currents taking place in our normal activities throughout the day, and our third thing will be actually demonstrating convection currents. I know I enjoy having a bonfire or a campfire outside. And usually when we start to get a little bit chilly, what we do is we'll take our hands and we'll put them over the top of the fire. And we stick them out and we warm up our hands. Have you ever wondered why it's so much hotter above the campfire, where we put our hands, instead of next to the campfire? Or have you ever thought about when you boil a pot of water, the liquid moves around so rapidly? Well, why did these two things happen? Well, both of these are due to convection currents. Convection currents is one of the three main types of heat transfer. The other two is conduction and radiation. So our three main types of heat transfer: convection, conduction, and radiation. Unlike the other two, convection can only happen in fluids. This includes liquids and gases. And because of the molecules that are in them, they have the freedom to move around. So heat energy can transfer by convection when there is a significant difference in temperature between two parts of the fluid. So if there's a hot temperature and a cold temperature, this is when you can transfer heat or energy by convection currents. And when we have this difference in temperature, hot fluids rise and cold fluids sink. And then there's currents or movements created in the fluid. But we can see convection current on a daily basis. We talked about boiling water in a pot. So when it gets really hot, we can see there's currents taking place. The water is moving. Well, an experiment that you can do at home to watch these currents take place is you can take a pot, put some water in it, boil it, and drop a few peas or bits of paper to trace the current flow. The heat source at the bottom of the pan heats up the water, giving it more energy and causing the molecules to move faster. And the temperature change also affects the density of the water. As water rises towards the surface, some of it has enough energy to escape to vapor. That's why we get steam from a liquid to a gas. And evaporation cools the surface enough that some molecules sink back toward the bottom of the pan again. And then we'll start to get them to rise as the temperature changes. Also, we can think about in our own house. So many houses have 1 or 2 floors. And as we know, as we learned at the beginning, hot air rises. And so we can see it rise toward the ceiling, or if we even have an attic at the house. Warm air is less dense than cool air. So that's why cool air sinks, hot air rises. We can also think of wind when we're outside. And that's an example of convection current. Sunlight or reflected light radiates heat. And then we get a temperature difference again that causes hot air to move. So shady or moist areas are cooler or able to absorb heat, adding to that effect. That's why we get those currents, winds, and we can actually see wind having an effect on trees or leaves because it's strong, and we're getting those temperature differences that causes the flows that we see. And again, that's an example of convection current. So these are wonderful ways for us to understand convection current. And convection currents are part of what drives global circulation of the Earth's atmosphere. So it's very important in our life. So that's convection current. Thank you so much for taking some time with me to understand convection current and how it works. Again, we have a difference of temperature, hot and cold temperatures, and causes a current to take place. Hot air rises, cold air sinks or goes lower, and we get those currents. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. So now that we've learned what convection current is, how we can see it in our daily life, now we're going to have fun and actually watch this take place. So I'm going to go ahead and set up our experiment. So let's get that started together. So as we talked about, we're going to go ahead. We need our tea, our lighter, and of course put on our safety glasses first. What we're going to do is we're going to, of course, we need to pour the tea out. So what we're going to be doing again is we're going to be lighting these bags on fire, which is going to cause heat reaction. And as the tea bags start to burn up, we'll be able to see some ashes rise to the ceiling caused by that convection current that takes place. So let's go ahead, put everything aside. We're going to light these three. We're going to be able to see ashes rise to the ceiling because of the convection current. The change of temperature is going to make the hot air rise. So everybody watch this take place. So you can start to see actually ashes rising up as it starts to burn, and as we can see them go directly into the sky, just like that. So convection current. As it started to burn and got to the bottom, we had a current that actually took place and lifted up the ashes directly into the sky. So, wasn't that exciting? Wasn't that fun? We learned about convection current today. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are awesome. Keep up the good work and keep wanting to learn. Science is fun and I enjoy it. I know you guys do too. And you guys have a great day. And again, my name is Matthew. Thank you for being here.